Alright, so a while back, I went on a hike with my school, my college, and I like hikes. I like being outside, but this hike went particularly bad. So I was with a group of about 70 some people, and we were hiking along a coastline right next to a cliffside. We were supposed to wait for low tide before we went, but apparently it was an abnormally stormy day, and when we got there, the waves were kinda high and intense. So we waited a little while before we left. We finally went on the hike, and we walked along the coast. We climbed over rocks, and I started to get kind of behind from the other people in the group. I was having fun just, chilling in the back, but I decided I should probably catch up with the whole group. And so I start, walking past people, walking faster, climbing over rocks. There was a lot of rocks, mostly rocks. And as I keep going, there becomes less and less path and more water and just cliff. Eventually, I come up to these two guys and I'm walking along with them, and it's getting more intense. We're getting hit by big waves, but it's not that big of a deal because we're kind of protected by like a small like wall and rocks, so the waves aren't terrible, and we keep going. I just kind of thought it was fun until this one guy loses his phone in the ocean, and he goes back, and it's just me and this one guy now, just the two of us, and I keep going just a little bit farther, and then we get to this little cove right out of the waves for a little bit. But the problem is the waves start picking up again. They're gigantic and they're crashing against the wall, and they're pushing us against the wall. So now we're trapped. We're trapped together in like this little divot. And every time waves hits, we have to like hang on for dear life. Otherwise, we're gonna get torn away and just thrown out into the ocean, which isn't good. So I'm hanging on to this guy, and he's hanging on to me, and we're hanging on to the wall, and I get his phone out of his backpack, and we call the Coast Guard, okay? So we tell them where we are and how to find us, because, at this point it was basically an emergency. We couldn't go forward, we couldn't go back, we were stuck, and the waves were not letting up. So we call them through just sheer, yelling. We get our location out, sort of, and they tell us that, they're going to be there when they can, but, the waves are supposed to go down, but they're not going down. So we hang on to the wall, and we're like losing hope. Like there's no way out of this. But apparently, we weren't completely forgotten about, because these two other guys come after us. They find us, and they pull us out of the little divot we're in, and we run across this like tiny little path in between waves. And as we're running, we get hit by a wave. We hang on to each other, like barely stay on the path. Then we keep running as fast as we can. We get hit by another wave. We hang on. Finally, we make it through. And at this point, I'm just like freaking out. Like, it was so stressful. But I survived. And I learned a lesson that I won't soon forget. The ocean is terrifying sometimes, and you should not just go out by yourself without telling anybody, or you might die. So yeah, thanks for watching. guys enjoyed this video. If you wanted me to do more stuff like this, please subscribe and comment, and I'll see what I can do. All right, bye.